What's up, guys, and welcome to this. This is edition number 12 of your favourite and our favourite pro wrestling podcast series on the interwebs. I'm your host, LK, joined by Brad himself. Bradley, you wrestling observer, sacker, danky, doodle shit. How you doing this fine evening? This is why I don't do shows after work. I am an aggy young man.
It makes it more fun though when we come to the I don't think there was that many bad matches on this one. Yeah, I'm good actually. Yeah, it was my day off, so I'm kind of the opposite of what you are right now, I guess. Yeah,
to be fair, I've got quite a bit of time off because I'm going to be moving, so I've got loads of time off which I don't even need, but we'll move. It's episode 12. It is ECW Cyberslam 96, 25 years ago, where we chronologically go through WWF, WCW and ECW, pay-per-view to pay-per-view, as well as Raws and Nitro. It is a big weekend for us. We've got CyberSlam 96, In Your House, Raw, and Nitro, all in the span of 3 days of each other, which is going to be a grueling grind. That In Your House show, I haven't even started it yet. The idea of putting it on the laptop is making me a little bit down in the dumps. I'm not going to lie to you. Have you watched the show?
No. So
Okay, cool.
what I'm doing is I'm going to actually just watch the ones before we're recording, because I don't want to be like hinting at stuff or knowing stuff that you don't. So how are we going to do it? Like all three in one bash, are we? Raw, Nitro, and
there's no way we'll be able to do all three in one go. I'm sorry, there's no fucking chance. I'm not your boy Uncle Dave who's gonna fucking sit there on his fucking computer till 4 a.m. in the morning, wake up at 5, tug his meat over fucking Hiroki Goto and go on with his world. Fuck that. No. We'll do.
So what's your plan?
I'll say maybe In Your House on, what day are we today? We're recording on Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
Maybe say Thursday, Friday, and then we could do Nitro and Raw easily on the Saturday. And so because the Raw and Nitro is fine. It's the In Your House, the idea of sitting down and watching 2.5 hours of what's probably going to be shit. Fucking, man. Speaking of shit, what do you give this show? Win, loss, or tie?
Win.
Big win, little win?
Big win.
Big win. I'm going to go little win. There was some stuff on the show that were a bit shit. But compared to the other ECW shows we've watched, this is by far the best one we've watched.
Well, we only watched one, really. So we're not counting that hardcore TV, because that wasn't a show, was it? So it's the second one we've watched. So you thought it was better than the other one we watched, then?
Yeah, much better than the other one we watched. But as always, when it comes to the pay-per-views, you do some research of what Uncle Dave had. So give me some of what our favourite, what even is he, journalist, if you want to call him that, had to say about ECW in the weeks heading into CyberSlam.
All right, so I've only done it for really this sort of issue, but yeah, he's give Sabu and Too Cold Scorpio pretty much the match of the night, which he said ranged from 4 to 4.5 stars, and I agree with him. It was a brilliant match. It was an exceptional match. I even told you to watch that match and tell me your thoughts, but I'm glad you sort of didn't, because then now I can have it on the fly here. But I was crazy about this match. So Leo Spinks was also at the show taping promos. Do you know who Leon Spinks is?
Never heard of him.
He's a famous boxer, Leon Spinks.
You got some shit with your mic going on at the minute. I don't know what it is.
Have I? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's gone now.
Yeah, Leon Spinks, he's quite a famous boxer. He had a very famous boxing match with Mike Tyson in 1998.
Did he get... Whoa. So he had a famous match with Mike Tyson in 1998, and he's here in 96.
Yeah.
So at this point, this guy's a jabroni.
No. He was pretty well known at this point, I'd say.
What's he doing in the ECW locker room?
I have no idea, but I guess he was watching the show. And if we go into like some of his boxing records from 96, 88. Right, okay, 88. No, he's past his prime.
Oh, that makes a bit more sense. I was wondering what some guy who's just about to fight Mike Tyson is in the fucking ECW locker room. I do not want to know what they got up to.
No, he was past his prime at this point, so he hadn't wrestled for sort of 8 years. But Leon Spinks was a big boxer back in the 80s. Anyway, the Bruise Brothers also debuted. I kind of spoiled that. I didn't realise I was spoiling that, but it's I don't think it's been that major that I spoiled that really. It was a
That's
good
the Harris
match.
brothers, right? They were their
Yeah,
claim, their biggest claim to fame was they were Impact
yeah,
security guards, weren't they? If I'm right.
yeah, but they're called the Bruce Brothers in this
Okay,
company. Yes,
I
they are
think
the same
they
person.
do go on to go to WCW. Don't take my word for it, but I do think they do go to WCW.
Yeah, and they also go on to do some very dodgy beliefs, if you know about them.
Ah, yes, yes. We'll touch upon that if they hopefully they have that type of gimmick in WCW.
Yeah, so New Jack was also not there as he was actually in prison, although no one really
That was
knows.
fucking magic when it went fucking. We'll get to that when we get to that. But that's great. What else has Davey Boy been chatting on the interwebs?
Yeah, so Federico was actually a Dean Malenko student, which is fair enough. Joel Harkin was a copy of Joel Goodhart, which was the original owner of ECW. And yeah, just talking about. I'm just reading through here. It's just talking about what sort of the matches were. The current affair piece that they recorded will air on the February 23rd as well. And Bam Bam Bigelow starts this coming week with WCW. However, his WWF contract doesn't expire until October.
Whoa! His. You just said Bam Bam, and you just said he's going to start with WCW, but it's still WWF.
ECW. This
Oh,
coming
okay,
week.
cool. I was very confused then. Cool.
Sorry.
No. I was because I was thinking, well, I thought we saw Bam Bam.
He couldn't have. He's got a WWF contract until October, so there's no way that he'll be going for WCW yet. But he is going with WWF at this point. As well as this, this is the last time that you'll see. This isn't from the Observer, by the way, but this is the last time you'll see your guy, Mr. Hughes.
Oh, God.
Yes. So if we actually go into his matches from 1996, which is what I did because I knew that I wouldn't be able to see him. He has one more match the 24th of February against Too Cold Scorpio at a house show, and that's him done with ECW. Well, he does come back, but not for a while.
Wicked. So not much to really to just dissect with Davey Boy. He's a bit of a quiet one during this time period. I'm hoping he brings his A game for the In Your House.
Mm-hmm.
That's the pray. But let's get down to breaking down the show, otherwise we'll be here all night. So we're in the ECW arena filled with 1,300 fans. The logo for the show, which I had to put up on everyone watching on the YouTube, was like the most. It's Cyberslam 96, but it's literally just Cyberslam written on Microsoft Word, changed font. It doesn't get any fucking cheaper production than that, bless them. But for 96, it's not too bad. But it's February 17th, 96, which ironically is the day. So well done for us. So let's get to the opening match. Yeah, we had Judge Dredd, Dog and Rose.
Judge Dredd.
Judge Dredd. Sorry, Judge Dredd used to be a fucking like BBC One show. Was it Judge Deed?
I have no idea, but Judge Dredd is obviously quite a famous comic book character, isn't it? So I don't know if it's copied from him.
No idea.
Did you not know Judge Dredd? Fair. We'll move on. But if you know your comic books, give us a comment.
I'm new to the comic book scene. I believe it or not, and we go off topic here. It's what we do. But I just recently got into comics, so I never watched a single Marvel film. Excuse me. I think I watched one Iron Man when it was on Netflix at one time. Besides that, I hadn't watched a Marvel film. And during the first lockdown of here in the UK of fucking 95, I actually, when Disney Plus came out, I watched every single Marvel in cinematic release order. So I've watched all. I'm watching WandaVision every Friday when it comes out. Really enjoying it, digging it. Mm-hmm. And I've recently signed up to Marvel Unlimited, which is all the comics under. Kind of, it's like a monthly subscription. It's like £9, and you get every comic they release, which I've been
including classic stuff.
Yeah, all of it. It's over 28,000 comics.
Oh, good.
It's really cool. Good. So I'm going back to when they kind of relaunched in 2018 and kind of chronologically working through that. But we're not going to talk about that. I just need to get off my chest because I don't know. I felt like I needed to. But yeah, it was Judge Dredd, whoever the fuck he is, and the Bad Crew versus Dino Sadoff, Donnie Allen, and Dirt Bike Kid. My notes are literally no idea who these boys are. Sandman just comes in, fucks everyone up with a Singapore cane. Crowd loved it. Done. That's it. There's nothing to break down. Same as the next match. You can just give your opinion on all two once it's done. It was Puerto Ricano versus Pyrus Gekko. Gekko gets the win. It was hard to pay attention because this guy sucked the life out of me, man. This Pyrus Gekko. I hope this, he gives me some WCW late 80s vibes because he sucked the life out of the room. Like, when you can make an ECW crowd quiet, you're fucking great. You're either you're just something else. I tilt my cap to you, sir. Pyrus Gekko, if you're out here listening, Googling your name. Bro, I have never ever heard the ECW crowd as quiet as El Puerto Ricano against Pyrus Gekko. That was terrible. That could be one of the... No, it wasn't negative stars, but I gave it a dud. It was just nothing happened. So what's your thoughts on the first two matches?
Well, we've actually seen Dirt Bike Kid before.
He got fucked up by Taz, if I'm right.
He was called Shark Attack Kid. It's actually from London, but I can't really give you much more than that about him. So yeah, we have seen Dirt Bike Kid as Shark Attack Kid. I think what ECW are doing, which is fair enough, is they're trying to get sort of younger talent over, and to do that, obviously we have to sort of sit through sort of people we don't know who they are really. And so it doesn't really give for a very entertaining rundown, but I think putting them on like the start of a card is quite a good thing, isn't it? If they're sort of a smaller independent guys, sort of giving them a big break. So
yeah,
I'll give them the on that one.
Yeah, I'll give them the like the opener. They got a few minutes in, and Sandman came in and fucked them up, which was cool. The crowd got into it. It was just the second match really. I don't know when, because you were like praising the show like to me in our private messaging. So I was like having these expectations that I'm going to get, barn burner after barn burner. And I saw these two come out, and then I was like, you know what? This Pyrus Gekko could be fucking great. And the match happened, and
I was more talking about sort of. I will tell you at the point. I will tell you at the point when I was sort of talking about it. It wasn't here.
Yeah, definitely not. And then we had Taz versus Joel Harkin, who you touched upon earlier. A Taz mission gets the win, very quick. Then there was a Taz promo. Taz dumps three guys who lost in the opener on their heads. Mikey Wimprek comes out, nails Bill Alfonso, and takes out Taz until Taz then dumps him on his head. So I'm presuming we're leading up to a Taz versus Mikey Wimprek feud going forward, which is cool by me because I really enjoy both of them. As well as it was good to see someone finally beat the shit out of Bill Alfonso, because him and that whistle, he's just such a good heel, man. Such a good heel. He should be in some Hall of Fame somewhere because he's great.
You're about Taz?
Hartgood. Not Hartgood, sorry. Bill Alfonso.
Bill Alfonso. Yeah, I'm sure he's in like Cauliflower Alley Club. He won't get in WWE Hall of Fame. He's not big enough for that. I think he is in Cauliflower Alley Club though. Seeing Taz in this match was good fun. Seeing him beating up these random indie guys was cool, I guess. I didn't really care though. And I liked how he when he was putting him in the stretcher, how he like tipped him out and then like beat him up afterwards. I thought that was quite cool. Added a bit of an edge to his character, but again, nothing to really write home about. I don't think it was fine for what it was. Do you want to sort of say that?
Yeah, it did what it needed to do. We're building Taz up slowly at this point, but let's get on to the meat and potatoes of the show. So from here on out, everything in this show is pretty damn incredible.
No,
actually not true. Actually not true. No, it's no, because you're forgetting something. This is the point of the night where Joey Styles comes out, and he's doing his welcome to ECW that he does 3 times in the night. Because I'm assuming that this is also being taped for.
This is for TV,
weekly television as well as being a home video release, or whatever they call it. So the lights go out, and then whilst the lights are still out, Joey Styles screams, "Who the hell are you?" which I thought was great, like fucking magnificent. And then lights come on, and Brian Pillman's in the ring. Now we saw this dude, at the 6 nights prior at the WCW Super Brawl pay-per-view, which review is uploaded. Everyone go check that out wherever you're listening to this. And what happened, obviously we talked about that for very lengthy time, so I don't want to kind of bore anyone with what actually happened, but to kind of summarize it, Pillman had an issue with the booking committee and basically said fuck off and left. So the lights come on, Pillman's in the ring, crowd explodes, and this feels like for the first time in ECW a big deal from what I watched.
I actually, for the first time watching this show, I wasn't in 2021 looking back. I was in 1996 going along with it. I was fully invested in this, especially when he said he was going to get his dick out and piss in the ring. ECW is a bit more gratuitous than Raw and Nitro. Let's just say that. So the promo was pretty expletive, wasn't it?
So I've got a fair bit of notes. I kind of feel like Uncle Dave when I was watching this one. And by the way, I do this Uncle Dave thing. Is I actually listen to the Observer radios through accounts, but because you're allowed to have up to 2 people on an account, so we do. It was just a bit of fun. I actually do not have any hatred of Dave Meltzer. I just like winding you up about it. So Bischoff gets a Bischoff takes it up the ass chant, classy. Pillman says he's been fired by Bischoff, and this is a direct quote: "You are a piece of fucking shit." Like I thought I saw a lot until I heard this Pillman promo, and then he cuts a promo on the fans being smart marks. Pillman then tries to get his cock out until Heyman comes out.
Did you see when he tried to fight that guy as well?
Yeah,
like legitimately tried to batter someone in the crowd. He did drag an extra out, which obviously was an extra, and beat him up. But he actually did get in the face of some legitimate guy, and he's got balls on him. Let's be honest. And
then Pillman did the "I'll do whatever I want, Booker man," and points at Heyman. And then Douglas does this absolute piece of masterful storytelling, and you can hear it because he shouts it quite loud, but Douglas just simply goes, he's shooting man, he's shooting, and he looks a little bit scared, and then Heyman's there like, fuck you man, fuck you, and you can hear it really loud. And literally my notes, because obviously I took my notes whilst watching it, and then post watching it I went to actually find out, from like people, from like a shoot interview of what people think happened. And in my notes, literally, this was either the most amazing work or Pillman needs to chill. And then, like you said, he spits at an extra, dumps him on the floor. Douglas makes the save. I thought this was fucking incredible. I really did. I did watch a shoot interview with Raven. It's up on YouTube if you literally type in ECW Cyberslam 96 shoot. Mm-hmm. And Raven says it was 100% of work.
Oh, ref video, isn't it? If I'm thinking of the same interview. Yeah, it's great.
100% of work. 100% of work. But yeah, I thought it was absolutely great.
No, it was obviously a work, but I thought it was incredible. And when I said to you on our private chat, as you've alluded to, I said I think ECW might be my favourite brand at the minute, and moments like that are why. To be honest, I think it added a hell of a lot to the show, and and this is what from this point onwards, bar one match is what takes it to a strong win for me.
I can respect that. Then we went to the Mr. Hughes versus Burberry Dudley.
This was the Dud. This is what I was referring to. Yeah,
it was Bubba with a splash off the top. That got it. That's it. Hughes just selling straight away. It was pointless. There's nothing to even break down here.
Well, he's leaving, isn't he? So he doesn't care at this point.
Yeah, it's like he noses up. And then it was meant to be the gangsters in action, but New Jack's in prison. it's oh man, the guy's such the crowd cheer it, and Mustafa don't give a shit either. He's there like, yeah, whatever. I thought it just adds to their character so much, the fact he's generally at prison at this point. What did he do? Did anyone know what he'd done?
I have no idea, and it wasn't mass transit because that was after this, which is what I thought it was. So I honestly do not know, but he is. He's done drug dealing in his past. He's done blooming beating people within an inch of their life. He's if you know, if New Jack is he'll never be hired from WWE because he is legitimately a psychopath. I will say that, and I like him for it. I don't know why I like him for it, but I like him for it.
Oh, I'm just petrified of New Jack, so I'll not say a nasty word about the man on the show. Just petrified of the man. He might come to my door. I've watched too much stuff on Netflix about fucking. I'm a big fan of these.
Cecil Hotel at me for the minute.
Yeah.
Watch that.
Give it a watch. I'll watch that. Because I'm one of these. My day tends to be I wake up, watch some wrestling, or work or whatever, and then kind of do the podcast in the evening, and then kind of have me time. Or if I watch if I like the other day I had to watch some fucking romantic fucking film with the girlfriend. And just I tell you what though, what was it I watched? It's got a it's brand new. It's on Netflix. It's like P.S. I Will Always Love You. Not P.S. I Love You. I know that film. That's it's good.
That's a gay film, isn't it? P.S. I Love You.
It's not a gay film. P.S. I Love You is not a gay film.
Oh no. I'm thinking of a different. I'm legit. No, I'm thinking of Love Simon.
It's got the Irishman. It's got the Irishman who's like a big action star.
Right. By the way, I'm going to clear up what I said. I was on about Love Simon. I'm not on about gays being an insult, and I'm actually on about legitimate
gay film. Homosexual film.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna really piss me off. Anyway, it was a good film. But then when I'm like alone and I can watch my TV, I'm really into these Netflix true crimes.
Definitely, they're good.
The Richard Ramirez
Night Stalker.
Night Stalker. That was incredible. Shut me up, dude. Oh no, I'm not gonna say that. We'll move on before I get Dion's channel deleted. So yeah, New Jack not on the show. Then we had the Bruise Brothers, which is Don Harris and Ron Harris against the Headhunters.
Another great match.
Was it?
I was saying another great match before you were going to continue. This match I thought was brilliant.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I thought the Headhunters did great flips. I thought the Bruise Brothers did really stiff, intimidating punches. Two big men doing great sort of ring work. I thought it wasn't lightweight, because a lot of these are cruiserweights in ECW. I thought it broke the show up quite well.
I didn't think it was bad. It didn't really do anything for me. I've seen the Headhunters. This will be the third time now in the series, and they've been athletic. I hope they get involved in a big program at some point so we can actually see what they're made of in like a long stinted match. But it was just brawling through the crowd, chair shots, and then the moonsault off the top by one of the Bruise Brothers. But they covered at the same time. So the Bruise Brothers won. I thought that was a cool finish, like two guys pinning at the same time and referee counting. I thought that was quite a cool finish. And then we went to Joey Styles in ring promo again with Tommy Dreamer and Bueller McGillicuddy. Dreamer got his shoulder torn against Raven in New York, apparently. Raven and his girlfriend come out, says there's unfinished business with Dreamer. Raven then is pissed. Right, so basically the story is Raven's pissed off as Bueller McGillicuddy was Raven's girlfriend, but Dreamer stole her and got her pregnant on today's episode of Jerry Springer or Jeremy Kyle. But then the Bruiser Brothers come out and attack Dreamer, kind of establishing the alliance that the Bruiser Brothers have with Raven, which I thought was good.
You're skipping over a point there. They were brought in by Dreamer as backup, weren't they? And then they turned on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Which is integral to the story, I'd say. What I like about ECW is it has more gripping stories, and this one is quite a gripping one, isn't it? It feels like what the Attitude Era is going to become a little bit, doesn't it, to you?
Yeah. Imagine this, man, when we get to the Attitude Era, some of these rules are going to be savage when it comes to stories. Taking notes is going to be hard. It's like something always happens. And then we had JT Smith versus Axel Rotten. This is probably your match of the night. I know what a big fan of JT Smith you are.
He did all right in this. He was this was just punches really for 6 minutes and hitting each other with weapons. So, it's hard to mess that up, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It's true. There was some pretty nasty unprotected chair shots, but then so was the whole night. Yeah. That was quite a cool finish where JT Smith pretended to go for a moonsault. I don't know if he fucked up. He just kind of like landed on his feet and then just bam, hit him in a chair, and then got the win. That was either the coolest fucking finish or the most amazing botch turned awesome spot I've ever seen in my life.
I thought it was a botch, but he made a story out of it, which was clever. And he hit it again after the match as well to show that he can actually hit that move. And he's winning me over, JT Smith. I thought that was quite a good moonsault backwards.
Absolutely. And then JT attacks Hack Myers. Every time that JT punches, the crowd chants shit, which I do find very, very funny. I think that should be around now. Like, imagine the crowd every time fucking someone who the internet hates like does a punch.
Baron Corbin.
Imagine every time Baron Corbin, good example. Every time Baron Corbin, you know, what is it? He's a Golden Globe boxing fucker, whatever he is, hitting the fucking punch, and the crowd just chant shit every time he punches. That'd be hysterical. Definitely. Do you remember that time at Full Sail when the crowd turned their back? Everyone in the crowd actually turned around and looked away because Eva Marie was wrestling.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That could be one of the most disgusting things I've seen human beings do in a while.
Oh really?
Don't you think that's extremely disrespectful when she's like laying her body on the line and they turn around?
Yeah, but I also think she's not brilliant, to be honest. I don't know, like she didn't last very long, did she, Eva Marie?
No.
For her lack of ability. I mean, it was disrespectful, fair enough, but they were doing it as a joke. It's the same way with Zach Gibson. Shoes off, stand up, sit down if you hate Zach Gibson. I mean, admittedly, they are watching the match still, so I can see how you would make that differential. But I just see it as just a bit of interaction in the crowd. It's not like it's not like what they were doing with Nancy Toffoloni, was it? It's a lot different than that.
Man, we've been everywhere here. We've been New Jack in prison. We've been Eva Marie. We've been everywhere. JT Smith. We've been everywhere on this show. And then we go on to Stevie Richards and the Eliminators against Francine and the Pitbulls in a intergender chain match where it was a dog collar one, so they were tied up around the neck with 3 chains, which I thought was really cool. Francine is a very kind of diva-ish in this one, wearing pretty much nothing.
No, but as opposed to being a diva, though, she's a badass.
She's a badass.
She's going up to her ex, which we haven't covered because it's not been when we've been watching it. But her Stevie Richards, she went, I want him, and just handed him the dog collar. Admittedly, he did just straight super kick her, so she was out for most of the match. But I thought that move was quite cool. I'm not a huge fan of intergender wrestling, but do you not think Francine versus Stevie Richards would be a good match when it comes on?
Yeah, hopefully we get that. Because Francine spat at him. And man, there's so much spitting in this show. I'm not a fan. I don't like spitting. It's one of my big pet peeves in wrestling is when wrestlers spit. I've said that for years. I don't like it.
You watch New Japan though, don't they? They spit all the time in New Japan, don't they?
Yeah, and I don't like it when they do it in New Japan. And I won't like it when they do it in anywhere. I don't care. It's just gross. It's just not nice. It's just
fair enough.
It's one of those. It's like an ick. Like I'm not a fan of it. There was just brawling. There was use of the chains. They went to the top of the building, and Saturn did this moonsault off this balcony, and his feet nearly touched the roof. Onto the stage area, which was such a good spot. Agreed. There was a suplex through a table on a balcony by one of the Pitbulls. They cut something out of the video. I don't know what. And then it was a super bomb, and Francine pinned Stevie Richards. So Francine technically got the win. It was a complete state, but it was fun as fuck. I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
And then she was took out by the Eliminators before you move on.
Yep, total elimination,
which was cool. And then I know I'm not usually one to say stuff like that is cool, but I don't know, something about ECW brings out that inner let's beat the shit out of everyone kind of attitude, I guess.
Oh god, wait, fucking headset. Yeah, it was really fun. I gave it 3.25, 3.5. I thought it was really fucking good. Generally, really enjoyed it. Speaking of really enjoying, we had Scorpio Sky defend the ECW TV title. This was great, and you built this up for me, which helped. There was just so much happened in this. It was a spot fest, but they still sold and took time to sell, which I thought was really good. The only weapon used was one chair, and Sabu to be able to kind of be this wrestler that is hardcore and he only ever uses one chair. It's just absolutely incredible. There was the height of Sky on the sunset flip powerbomb off the top, Sabu with the victory roll off the top, which for 96 is so innovative. The using the chair to springboard over into a swanton through a table. And then I don't know the finish because my notes have Sabu does a move and then the bell rings. Sabu thinks he's won, but the belt goes to Sky. I kind of didn't get the grasp.
There is no finish.
There is no finish. There's a time limit draw.
draw.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. But it was a really great match. I gave it 4.5.
Same as Meltzer. I thought this was the best match we've done since doing this show. I think it might be the best match. I've come up with the idea watching this match actually. I'm going to say it on record. If we don't do it, don't hold me to it. But if we do like a slammy sort of at the end of the year doing a war show, this match will be in the running for match of the year. And I'm saying that in February. Do you sort of see how highly I view this match?
Yeah, it's because I don't know if there's any 5-star matches that there's going to be at all. You know, if we get any more Hogan and Flair matches.
Maybe Shawn versus Brett.
Maybe. Maybe I'm looking forward to that one.
But this an independent. Let's consider this as a Ring of Honor. If this was on Raw now, this would have the internet talking. If say Ricochet and AJ Styles had a match like this on Raw, like everyone would talk about this for months.
Do you remember a time? It was about 3 weeks ago. Ricochet and AJ Styles had a match on Raw, and nobody even probably remembered it happened. I
do remember it happened, which is why I'm alluding to it. But it was. I don't think it's at the quality of this.
No, it was not at the level of Scorpio Sky and Sabu, because that was some good shit. Even if you don't like hardcore wrestling, and you'd still be able to take time to be able to enjoy this, because it was good shit. Then Cactus Jack and Shane Douglas in a Cactus Jack farewell match. He's heading to WWF.
Not quite yet.
I thought they built this up as the final farewell for Jack. Oh
no, he's got a couple of matches left.
Yeah, you're right, because it's him versus Mikey Whipwreck, I think, on his final match. I think.
I don't know about his final match, but I know his next match. When I go through that next card, he has got a match on there. Okay. So yeah, no, it's not his last match, but it is coming up to that point. Okay. So.
Because Cactus Jack is signed to WWF at this point, and he's Mankind. And we've been seeing vignettes and promos on Raw. Everyone go check out all the Raw reviews we've already done. Cactus Jack wearing a Forgive Me Eric t-shirt was fucking hilarious. It really, really was. There was just loads of brawling, but it was good brawling because it felt like they hated each other. And then they did kind of the Pandit Mankind / Cactus Jack spot where he's handcuffed. And Douglas with just...
Do you think they copied it from here?
Yeah, I reckon they did. There were so many unprotected chair shots, man. Like I was watching
I don't like seeing that stuff like that.
I know you did. I was literally watching it thinking, you're probably cringing at the bit. Just cringing.
Cactus Jack has Mick Foley's actually been alright, so I can at least watch it going, I know this guy's actually done okay, so I'm not dreading it like I would with someone else, but yeah, still don't like seeing it. It's not fun, is it?
No, it's not. It's not fun to watch. I enjoyed Cactus screaming for Mikey, and then he comes out and just nails Cactus with a chair and knocks him out cold.
I like that.
That was great storytelling. Agreed, Roger that. That got the win. I gave it 2 stars. It was solid. It wasn't like great. Not get out of your way to watch like Scorpio Sky and the Eliminators, as well as the Scorpio Sky and Sabu, and the Eliminators 6-man tag. Those two I think I must watch. This was still fun. It was okay. Then we went to the main event. ECW World Title on the line. Raven defending against Sandman. His entrance. People think Undertaker's entrance takes a while. 6 minutes for Sandman to enter the ECW Arena bingo hall. It's absolutely...
But it's cool. It's good.
So his music played, yeah. So I'm watching on the laptop, and there's the gimmick where you can kind of a +10 and a -10. So I hear Sandman music, I'm like, cool, +10, +10. +10, +10, +10, +10, +10. Dude, by the end of it, finally he's up in the balcony having a fucking death stick. I'm like, fuck me with Missy Hyatt.
Do you know what the problem is with this though?
What?
They don't use the same audio.
I guess it would have been Metallica.
Do you know? And Metallica Enter Sandman. Yeah. Picture that live if you're in the crowd watching him drink that beer, smashing himself over the head with it. It is done mainly for a live show because it would have been cut for the TV. Let's remember this is a television taping. It's not meant to be watched like this. It's only people that made it onto DVDs for really hardcore fans that wanted to purchase it. But imagine being there live, just listening to James Hetfield screaming "Enter Light, Exit Night," Exit Night, Enter Light. I'd be up for that show. Let's be honest. I'd be down in my beer when that's on.
Yeah, I can respect that. The match was, as you'd expect, just loads of brawling. Ravensburg and Missy Hyatt brawl. Vintage Joey Styles cat fight. Richards hit a good Stevie kick for a good near fall. Sandman hit one of the worst looking leg drops off the top rope I have ever seen, but it's okay because he is steaming. Raven,
legitimately,
probably is, yeah, because he had a beer at the start of the night. He probably had some in the back, and now he's had a beer already. Raven botched the suplex, and my notes are, how fucked up are these boys? Because Raven was talking about him and Brian Pillman before this show doing stuff, which is a bit like Anyway,
I know it's not probably suitable for YouTube, but let's just say they were on more than just alcohol.
Yeah, of course. Raven then hits the DDT on a chair to get the win, retains the title. Absolute mess. And then post-match, Sandman has another beer, has a death stick, fucks up Blue Meanie, and everyone else with a cane. They protected him. I gave it a star because it happened. But yeah, there was
2-star for me. I actually quite enjoyed this match.
I don't know if it's because it was. I think after the Sky and Sabu match, I think you're kind of gonna dwindle down.
Yeah, but I thought that was 3 stars. You said 2 for that. You said 2 for Shane versus Cactus Jack. I actually thought that was 3.
Okay.
So I'm doing it. You might not be doing it the same way I am, but I'm doing it like 5's an A, and then 4's a B, 3's a C. So for a C level match, sort of, yeah. This is like a D.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I go with my gut instincts. If I just think of it on a scale of 1 to 5, how good was it? And it was like 1. It didn't offend me. A 0 out of 5 would have offended me. A 1 is like, it happened, it was okay, but don't really get everywhere to watch it because there's nothing really kind of happened. But overall, the vibe of the show, the crowd was great. It's a fun show. It's a fun show to kind of pop on in the background. Maybe pay attention when you hear the crowd go wild.
You are so different. I'm fully on board with ECW. I love this show.
Oh, I'm not saying the show's bad. I still give it a win. But I don't know. I'm a WCW boy. I can't. I'm going to be so heartbroken in a few years' time when this shit starts. This shit being WCW. Starts going downhill. I'm going to be here like an emotional roller coaster going, what happened? Like, I'm looking forward to Nitro. That's what's going to get me through my work week, ladies and germs. That's what's going to get me through my work week. The idea of being able to sit down and watch Hulk Hogan versus Arn Anderson on this week's episode of Nitro from the 19th of January 96, which you guys should watch because we will be covering that here on the 25 years ago.
Am I doing previews for the next couple of shows then?
Yeah. Go on, go for it.
So the next show we're doing is In Your House. I'm actually going to say that there is a free-for-all match, which is Jake Roberts versus Tatanka with Ted DiBiase. If you want to watch that match, it should be on YouTube. It's not on the network, unfortunately, though.
Is this homework? Do I have to watch this match?
You do not have to watch it. It's just a generic match, but if people want to watch it, it's available. We'll start with this match. So the opening match is a crybaby match between Razor Ramon versus the 1-2-3 Kid with Ted DiBiase.
Should be a good match. It's just a stipulation. Terrible stipulation.
Okay. The singles match between Duke the Jumpster Drosy versus Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Oh, fuck me.
Yokozuna versus the British Bulldog with Jim Cornette. That should be fun. And we also said that we talk about the Yokozuna documentary. I don't know if you
I need to watch it. I need to fucking watch it.
I'll watch it. I've already watched it, so I'm not going to spoil it, but it is really, it's like a Dark Side of the Ring.
Oh.
Let's just leave it at that. Yeah. He's had a bit of an awkward career. So the next match is a World Heavyweight Championship #1 contendership match. Owen Hart with Jim Cornette versus Shawn Michaels, which I'm saying will be match of the night now. That will be incredible. And the main event is Bret Hart versus Diesel for the World Heavyweight Championship in a steel cage match, and we'll do it for ECW as well because you guys are here for ECW. So next ECW show is 23rd of February 1996. So the opening match is Joel Harkin and JT Smith versus the Bad Crew.
Your boy JT Smith in the house again. Beautiful
yes,
stuff.
He's always here. Stevie Richards and the Blue Meanie versus the Pitbulls, which has good build to it, to be fair. Bill Alfonso versus Todd Gordon. Yeah. Mikey Ripwreck versus El Puerto Ricano.
Oh no, not that guy from the opening match. Oh, second match of the night. Oh no.
And the Eliminators versus Burberry Dudley and a mystery partner for the tag team championships. I'm always saying a mystery partner as I don't know if it's been going to be a spoiler or not, so we'll just leave it there. The Sandman versus Axel Rotten. Sabu versus Too Cold Scorpio.
Oh,
that'll be good. Cactus Jack versus Bam Bam Bigelow.
Ooh.
And the main event, Raven versus Shane Douglas for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, come on, Douglas. Come on, Douglas. Come on, Douglas.
So that's your next couple of shows. So what we're doing? We're doing In Your House and then Raw.
In Your House, In Your House, and then it's Nitro, then it's Raw, because we always do Nitro first and then Raw after.
Right, okay, that's fine. I was just thinking just because it comes straight off the pay-per-view, but we'll do Nitro first, that's cool. But yeah, it's been good other than that. It's, tune in then, and we'll have a hell of a week this week, won't we?
We will, sir, we will, sir, we will, sir, we will, sir. I can either do the show... I will talk off air, but everyone like, comment, subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube, you're listening on all the podcast platforms. Follow, share, do the business, keep on watching, and we'll keep on making. I'm really enjoying this 25 Years Ago series. It's my favourite thing to do every week. Thank you.
And this week's going to burn us out, I'm not going to lie. But
then we get the days off.
Not every week will be like this. Yeah, exactly.
Like when I get weeks like this, I think I'm going to do a better job of watching the stuff more beforehand. I think that's what I'm going to be, because that's my plan going forward a bit more, so I don't have to kind of try and rush and work, my whole life revolving around, oh shit, I still need to watch Cyberslam 96, you know what I mean? It's like, magical. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourself for 40 plus minutes, took you away from the shitness that is this world. Stay safe, stay well. We'll be catching your asses.